Allow this story to be a calm presence as you drift to sleep. Rose and the Winter Spirit. This story is about Rose, a kind-hearted girl who befriends Marigold, a magical winter spirit, and learns the true meaning of harmony through the changing seasons. In a quaint little village nestled at the edge of an endless forest, lived a girl named Rose, who was as kind-hearted as she was curious. During one cold winter night, when snowflakes danced like tiny fairies in the silver moonlight, Rose ventured out to the forest's edge. She was drawn to a mysterious glow through the trees, a light that shimmered with an ethereal beauty. As she approached, she discovered Marigold, the winter spirit, a being of frost and magic, who brought the beauty of winter to the world. Unlike the chilling air, Marigold's presence was warm and inviting. Through exquisite conversations that painted pictures of distant lands and the wonders of snow, Rose and Marigold became fast friends. Rose learned about the delicate balance of nature and how every season brought its own kind of magic. One day, Marigold noticed Rose's fascination with the winter flowers that bloomed under the moonlight. With a gentle wave of her hand, Marigold caused a fantastic garden of ice flowers to appear, shimmering with every hue imaginable. Rose was enchanted and danced among the crystalline blooms, her heart light with joy. And as the days grew shorter and winter began to wane, Rose grew sad at the thought of losing her new friend. Marigold, sensing her friend's sorrow, promised that they would meet again. She explained that harmony in nature meant embracing every season, each bringing its own gifts and beauty. The final, loving embrace, Marigold transformed into a flurry of snowflakes that swirled round Rose before lifting into the sky. The promise was kept every year, for when winter arrived, Rose would find new ice flowers looming at the forest's edge, each one a reminder of Marigold and the harmony of their shared seasons. Rose learned to cherish her memories and look forward to each winter, knowing that her magical friend would return to paint the world in crystalline wonder. Through their friendship, Rose discovered the true meaning of harmony, not just in nature, but in every part of her life. The next story awaits to bring you closer to sleep. Frisia and Hannah, a tale of connection. This story is about a young girl named Frisia and a frog named Hannah, who form a deep bond of friendship and connection, teaching each other the true meaning of these emotions. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between rolling hills, there was a young girl named Frisia. Every morning, Frisia would wander through the meadows, her bare feet brushing against the dew-kissed grass. One spring morning, she found a tiny frog stuck in a puddle. The frog named Hannah looked up at Frisia with big, round eyes filled with hope. Frisia gently scooped Hannah up and carried her home. Over the days, a friendship blossomed between the girl and the frog. Frisia would talk to Hannah about her dreams, her fears, and her favorite stories. Hannah would listen, her head tilted in understanding. One evening as the sun set, Frisia looked at Hannah and said, "You helped me more than you know." Hannah blinked as if to say, "And you saved me too." They both realized that their connection transcended words. They spent countless evenings watching the stars and the fireflies, feeling a bond that grew stronger each day. Frisia's mother noticed the change in her daughter. "You've become more confident and happy," she remarked one day. Frisia smiled and glanced at Hannah. "It's because I found a true friend," she said. As seasons changed, Hannah grew strong and healthy, and Frisia blossomed into a cheerful, vibrant girl. One day, Anna felt it was time to return to the wild. Frisia, though sad, understood that true friendship means letting go when the time comes. On their last evening together, Frisia whispered, "I thank you, Hannah, for everything. Hannah croaked softly, a tear in her eye, before hopping away into the twilight. Frisia watched until Hannah was just a speck in the distance, then turned back to her village, heart full of love and memories. She knew that their bond would remain, no matter the distance. And so, the girl and the frog taught each other the true meaning of connection and friendship. And now, let's settle in for another heartwarming tale. The Warmth of Ma and Puppy. This story is about the heartwarming encounter between a kind young man named Muck and a celestial being named Puppy, and the eternal warmth they shared in a cold winter night. Once upon a time, in the quiet village of Evergreen, there lived a young man named Muck. Though Muck had an extraordinary connection with nature and was known for his kind heart and gentle spirit, on the night of the winter solstice, when the world seemed to be at its coldest, Muck encountered a celestial being named Puppy. Puppy was a radiant, glowing figure with hair like threads of moonlight and eyes that sparkled like the stars. She had descended from the heavens, drawn by the warmth of Muck's kindness that transcended the chill of winter. Muck welcomed Puppy into his humble home, a quaint cottage on the edge of the village, surrounded by tall pine trees, dusted with snow. The fire crackled in the hearth, casting a cozy glow that illuminated the room. Puppy was curious about the human world and admired the simplicity and warmth of Muck's dwelling. As they sat by the fire, Muck shared stories of his childhood, his dreams, and his love for Puppy. Puppy listened intently, her eyes reflecting the flickering flames. She was fascinated by the depth of Muck's emotions and the genuine kindness in his voice. In return, Puppy told Muck tales of the cosmos, of dancing comets and singing galaxies, painting vivid pictures with her words. As the night deepened, a serene silence filled the room. The bond between Muck and Puppy grew stronger, their hearts intertwined by the warmth they shared. Muck realized that true warmth wasn't just about the fire in the heart, but the connection and kindness between beings. Before dawn broke, Puppy gifted Muck a small, glowing crystal. She explained that it contained a fragment of celestial warmth, a piece of the stars that would always remind him of their night together. In return, Muck gave Puppy a handmade wooden charm, carved with intricate patterns that symbolized friendship and love. Though their time together was brief, the warmth they had shared was eternal. He ascended back to the heavens, leaving a trail of stardust, while Muck's heart was forever filled with a celestial glow. He kept the crystal on his windowsill, where he caught the morning sun and shimmered brightly, a constant reminder of the night he spent with a celestial being named Puppy. Evergreen remained blanketed in snow, but Muck's home was always warm, both literally and in spirit. He continued to live with a heart full of kindness, spreading warmth to everyone he met, inspired by the celestial encounter that had forever changed his life. Our next tale awaits, calm and heartwarming. Amin in the Garden of Dreams. This story is about a girl named Clover and her parrot friend Gloxini, who discover a magical garden that teaches them the importance of harmony and kindness. In a quaint village nestled between rolling hills and flowering meadows, lived a girl named Clover. She loved the vibrancy of nature and spent her days exploring the enchanting gardens that surrounded her cottage. Among the myriad of creatures that frequented these gardens, Clover's dearest friend was a colorful parrot named Gloxinia. Gloxinia had plumage that shimmered like a rainbow, and a voice that mimicked the sweetest melodies of the forest. One warm evening, as the golden sun began to set, Clover sat on her favorite bench beneath a sprawling magnolia tree. Nearby, Gloxinia fluttered around, filling the air with bursts of cheerful songs. Despite the idyllic surroundings, Clover felt a silent unease. She glanced at Gloxinia and sighed. I wish the world could always be as peaceful as our garden, without any worries or fights. Gloxinia paused in her song and perched on Clover's shoulder, tilting his head as if understanding or scenting her sentiment. A gentle breeze rustled the leaves above, and Clover closed her eyes, allowing her mind to wander. When she felt a soft nudge on her cheek. Opening her eyes, she was greeted by an unfamiliar scene. She found herself in an extraordinary garden, unlike anything she had ever seen. The flowers glowed with an iridescent light, and the air was filled with the tinkling of invisible chimes. Clover marveled at the sight and noticed that Gloxinia was by her side, his feathers even more dazzling than before. As they walked through the garden, they encountered other animals, each one living harmoniously together. Clover was amazed to see a fox and a rabbit playing a game of tag, a lion and a lamb sharing a meal, and butterflies that danced in intricate patterns above them. This place is enchanted, Clover whispered to Gloxinia. It feels like a dream, Gloxinia nodded and whispered back. This is the Garden of Dreams, a place where harmony reigns supreme. They continued to explore the magical garden, soaking in the essence of peace and unity. Everywhere they looked, they saw examples of perfect balance and mutual respect. No creature was too small, and no one was left out. The garden was a living testament to the beauty of cooperation and understanding. As the night descended, the garden's glow became even more ethereal. The stars twinkled brightly, mirroring the sparkling lights of the flowers. Clover felt a sense of profound serenity. Gloxinia, if only the real world could learn from this place, she said wistfully. At that moment, Gloxinia took flight, circling above her before landing gently back on her shoulder. Perhaps, Clover, we carry the essence of this garden with us, he said softly. If we live each day with kindness and strive for harmony, we can create our own small gardens of dreams. With those words, Clover felt a wave of warmth and determination. She hugged Gloxinia and closed her eyes, feeling the magic of the garden enveloping her. The next morning, Clover awoke on her bench beneath the magnolia tree, the sun casting its morning glow. Gloxinia was perched beside her, singing softly. The sense of peace from the dream lingered, and Clover smiled, knowing that she could make a difference. From that day on, she endeavored to spread the message of harmony to everyone she met, inspiring kindness and compassion. And so, in a quaint village nestled between rolling hills and flowering meadows, Clover and Gloxinia's friendship blossomed, creating a ripple of tranquility that touched the hearts of many. Thank you for listening. Sleep peacefully tonight.